the national queen.
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today.
Pan-Niger Delta Forum demands an increase in oil derivation. And don't forget Off the Press, where we review the major stories in today's newspapers. Welcome to The Breakfast on Plus TV Africa. I am Mercy Bopo. Well, it's a very beautiful Thursday morning, and it feels very great to be back on your screen. As usual, we start off the conversation with Top Trending, all of the conversations making rounds, generating reactions in different spaces. This morning, we start off with the fact that the Senate has queried the federal government's request for a $200 million loan to purchase mosquito net, right? And that's because the Federal Ministry of Health is actually making plans to acquire. And most times you find out that why are you borrowing? Is it for infrastructural purpose or what? And so we constantly borrow for such purposes. And at this point in time, some persons are saying, oh, if you go to a bar, if you go to other parts of the country, don't we have what it takes for us to manufacture? At this point in time, we should have an industry. And at this point in time where our economy is highly dependent on borrowing, shouldn't we be very self-sufficient? I mean, shouldn't it be a time where we can actually be able to say, yes, we should be able to manufacture mosquito net? Now, the essence of all of this is that we will be able to cure and take care of the issues of malaria in 13 states out of 36 states of the country. Well, I'm thinking that it's high time that we begin to look inwards and begin to be self-sufficient and self-reliant, right? Okay, so let's move away from that conversation. Another one is the fact that the Nigerian prisoners probably might just have a 1,000 daily feeding allowance, and that's because the Senate has actually said 750 naira that was actually approved in the 2022 budget, estimated budget, is not enough. Now, this was submitted by the director or the comptroller for the National Correctional Services, Nigerian Correctional Services. And so that's also generating. But one would actually want to think that if you talk about feeding, do we even meet the required standard of the United Nations? Because there's a standard treatment for prisoners across. And it's expected that they should be fed properly, they should be fed properly. There should also be, and the meal should be, timely, as well as meeting the nutritional value. So how much can 1,000 naira do? Well, we can also not say that it has not been an improvement from 450 naira. Is 1,000 naira enough to feed our prisoners? I think that it comes from a position where we actually see prisoners, or the perception of what a correctional center should be. Our perception over the years would probably be that, these persons have committed, one or two crimes, and so they should be punished. But the correctional center should be such that should correct. And at the end of the day, if you find yourself in any of this, if you find yourself in these spaces, it should be that you will come out a better person. So 1,000 naira, is it enough? I would say it's not enough, but it is actually an improvement of what correctional center, and not to be a place where we punish people, right? Okay, and another top trending conversation is the fact that the Heaps police have actually arrested a man who put up himself for sale for about 20 million naira. And that's happened in Kano. He's been identified, a young man identified as Aliyu. The pictures are up on the screen. 26 years. Oh, this is against the Islamic law. I have to joke, you need to understand the laws and rules that actually govern each state at the end of the day. But I'm hoping that they would temper justice, and they would also, beyond the fact that he's been arrested, they will find out what could be the reason why he would want to put up himself for sale and try to see how they can help him rather than punishment, because we're always looking at, everything should be punishment. Oh, that's a crime. Yes, it is a crime. But don't you think it's even really, really, Alice, who'll be making sense of all of this? Please stick around. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. It's Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Of matters affecting our waters. Nimasa bears responsibility for search and rescue, shipping development, and ship registration.
Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on this channel.
There has to be a decision point. The way your baby's presenting, we have to rush you in. And my partner at the time was like, "You going to cut her? Are you going to cut her? Is it going to leave a scar?" And I said, "Am I a belly dancer? What is the problem here?"
No, I'm vulnerable about the future of the children, the future of mine and the future of the generation of my children.
I want to have nude pictures taken. Of you? Yes,
Yeah,
but
we
without
have
showing my
references.
private parts. I want to put it in my front room. And they said, "You can't do that. People will be embarrassed when they came into your house." I said, "Well, it's my body and it's my front room."
All the things that we do, what is the purpose of it?
I just realized that I was more trusting before I was 6.
So many women, they just feel like I have to cook for my husband, I have to breastfeed my children, I have to pick them from school.
Because society...
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on PlusTvAfrica.
Who will be joining the conversation, Ezekiel Nya Etok. Also have Nigeria's oil reserve to last for 49 years, says World Bank. That's also on page 4 of the Leadership newspaper this morning. Now, still looking at the front page of the Leadership, you also have another headline saying, Nigeria's population growing by 5 million annually. The vice president is quoted on page 6. 330